You're watching Ticket TV. Like, share, and subscribe on your way in.
All right, man. Salute everybody tapping on in. Y'all already know what's up, man. Like, share, and subscribe as y'all come on in the building. Man, appreciate everybody that's tapped into the podcast, man. Y'all already know. The link's going to be pinned at the top of the comments, along with the links to donate. We appreciate everybody hitting that Cash App PayPal link. And let's get right into this video, man. R.Kelly, man. Um, got some bad news on him tonight, you guys. You know, um, got some bad news on him tonight, man. Tonight. And I gotta say this. Um, he has been thrown into the hole, according to the reports. Something happened in the prison, and they have now put R. Kelly in the hole. Now, we all remember what's been going on with R. Kelly. We all, you know what I'm saying, have been seeing these things with R. Kelly. Uh, and so, once again, you know, um, once again, to see that he has been put in the hole, man. Now, according to the reports, it says R. Kelly is sitting in a hole at the North Carolina federal prison while his lawyers push claims of an assassination plot, a suspicious OD, and the government misconduct in a bid for a new trial that he's fighting for right now, right? Mind you, this is all in the aftermath. I'm going to say this again. This is all in the aftermath of that girl just coming out on national TV and saying that indeed that video, that X-rated video was real. It was R. Kelly, and it was her at age 14 getting, you know what, UIR or URINATED on, right? She said she got that. She said that was her, and that was him who did that to her, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is breaking news, because I believe that this is correlated. Let me repeat myself again to everybody that's watching this video. I truly believe that all of this stuff is together. I believe it. I'm gonna tell y'all why. I don't think it's a coincidence that this girl did that interview on the news and it went viral. I think she was on all like 3 or 4 different news stations, big news stations. And then 2 or 3 days later, R. Kelly, according to the reports, he's been in an incident in prison where now he's been thrown in the hole. Now it says that he's serving a 30-year federal sentence from his New York racketeering trafficking conviction along with separate 20-year Chicago sentence for child, you know what, and enticement, most which runs at the same time. And he's currently housed in North Carolina, where prison officials recently transferred him to the hole over what court filings describe as an undisclosed infraction. Now, in federal prison slang, the hole, it says basically is a segregated wing where inmates spend up to 23 hours a day locked in a cell under tight restrictions. Now, basically, his attorney went to Butner to review new evidence allegedly connected to his motion for a new trial and prepare a required reply brief, right? Now, his lawyer told the court that roughly 30 minutes before he arrived, before a scheduled legal visit, that the prison officials placed R. Kelly in the hole without explaining that infraction. He said when he finally met with R. Kelly, he wrote that R. Kelly lacked access to his legal documents, making it impossible to review the evidence or prepare the filing. It says the disruption came as R. Kelly moved for a new trial in Chicago federal court, accusing prosecutors of misconduct. He claims the Bureau of Prisons officials conspired to have him killed inside the federal prison system, right? I'm going to say this to y'all right now. right? I don't feel bad for R. Kelly, man. I don't give a damn what nobody say, bro. I don't care about that shit, bro. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, man. The black girl came on. Let me say this again. The black girl went on national TV and said that she lied and said that she was heartbroken that she had lied before to a grand jury because when she saw all the other people on that documentary they did on R. Kelly, when she saw all those other people that were affected, she said that she would have came out and spoke out, the nigga would have been locked up and he wouldn't have been able to do all that shit he did to those other girls. Right? The fact that it went for years, that people tried to run that narrative that was not R. Kelly on that video. Bro, everybody with common sense pretty much figured that was R. Kelly in that video, bro. And the fact that that girl come out now on the news, admit that she lied to a grand jury and said that this man, indeed, and she said she was 14 when he did that. And you still got people, let me say this again, you still got people on YouTube, on social media, running around here capping for this nigga. When the girl herself went on the news and she straight up, no question about it, she straight up said, yo, that's what he did to me. There ain't no, listen, I'm going to tell y'all this right now, man. To me, there ain't nothing else to talk about. The girl told y'all that she was 14 years old. That's some diabolical shit, man. I'm sorry, bro. That's some diabolical shit. Another girl already told y'all that the nigga's the devil. Picture how all these girls say these niggas is the devil, right? Now, I want y'all to think about this shit now. Think about everything this girl said. It started. You don't start at the moment people start talking about you or knowing anything about who you are and who you're associated with. But you describe at length how it started. You mention your aunt, the artist Sparkle, who used to work with R. Kelly. I want to read some of it from, I think it was page 18. You say in the book, the next time we're at the studio, this is what you say Sparkle said. You say your aunt told you the next time we're at the studio, you should ask Robert to be your godfather. And again, the aunt should be in prison too. Because she said the aunt told her, go sit on that nigga lap and rub his head. There ain't no, I'm sorry, bro. We ain't talking about nothing else. The aunt should be in prison too, right beside that nigga. Aunt Sparkle explained that I should sit on his lap and rub his head while I asked him to be my godfather. This instruction seemed sort of weird since I hadn't sat on his lap before, but I didn't question it. When you think back, is that where it all begins? Is that the start? That is the start. That is the start of him entering into my life in a different way than just being an artist or hanging out at the studio. It became more personable at that moment. Because you yourself were an artist. You were a part of a rap group. You had toured Europe. You'd been to Europe. Mm-hmm. And it was your aunt, you said, that introduced the family to R. Kelly because he's this successful artist from Chicago. At this time, he's really starting to blow up. He left the group that he was in. Mm-hmm. And it was interesting, exhilarating, fun to be around him. It's kind of how you describe it in the beginning. I mean, this is a big superstar, and yes, you have access to him like, hey, I want to hang out in the studio. Mm-hmm. And at the time, in the beginning, he's treating you like a normal, excited kid that wants to learn more about the business. Correct. So when do things turn? And I know you go into great detail, mm-hmm, the early stages and why this is so complicated, your mindset, mm-hmm, at that time. Well, during the time that I met him, I'm also a teenage girl who's going through puberty. And so some of the things that I was thinking or feeling were just normal expressions to, my maturity level at the time. And so it starts very innocent. It starts, you know, being mesmerized and, like you said, like admiring this person. And then,
it kind of gets a little deeper or more complicated when that person is able to, see what you can't see, the way you're developing, your conversation, your personality traits. So it kind of became more complicated when he started analyzing me
And that's some diabolical shit, man. And you got a nigga in the comment section talking about some, hey man, lies. Nigga, sit down and shut the hell up, man. Just shut the hell up, bro. Something really wrong with y'all niggas, man. The girl was 14. Now, I know some of y'all don't have a problem with some of this, because some of y'all are some sick weirdos. But like I said before, bro, this is a very serious problem when you move like this. And once again, we all remember that are of age when that video came out. We all remember that. So y'all gonna tell me all these girls lying on this nigga? Come on, man. Stop this shit, man. Stop it.
Things that I was going through and who I was becoming as a person. And again, I was excited and mesmerized to, be under his wing and to be a part of his habitat. So that's how things kind of unfolded.
So we know that things progressed beyond looking out for you as almost like a goddaughter, and it turns into something more than that. I want to go and stay with your aunt Sparkle, who I've interviewed before.
Mm-hmm.
And she was the first person to really sort of say, you need to go check over there. Something's not right.
Right.
I think there's something going on that should not be going on.
Mm-hmm.
In the book, you describe social services coming to your home to do a welfare check.
Mm-hmm.
And your parents are shocked. They think perhaps maybe she's just jealous because she's no longer associated with R.Kelly. And then obviously 2001, 2002, we're talking about the tape. But why don't you think anyone believed your Aunt Sparkle when she first raised a red flag about a possible inappropriate relationship?
I don't think they believed her because there were no obvious signs of what was actually taking place. It was more coming from her end, maybe looking like a motive from, like you said, not being around him. And those kind of questions or concerns didn't happen until she was no longer a part of, his camp or the things that were taking place. Her as an artist, that's when those questions started to raise.
Chapter 7, you call it stress fractures. And you say it was a couple of weeks before your 17th birthday. You say, Robert told me the copies of one of the sex tapes of 14-year-old me were beginning to be sold on the streets of Chicago and across the country. Your reaction to that when you think about hearing those words from R. Kelly, that this tape is out there and you were 14 years old?
I was empty. I was very hollow inside. I was very confused. Didn't know what to expect. And I was embarrassed.
I want to read part of that in terms of just sort of what you were feeling at that time, because at some point, the remedy for this, according to, you refer to him as Robert in the book, is that he wants to tell your parents.
Mm-hmm.
And you say, Robert told me how he would tell my parents the truth about us. My mom and I were in one room, and my dad and Robert.
That's disgusting. She said the man wanted to tell her parents. Come on, bro. Bro, what type of time are we on, man? I try to tell y'all this, man. Niggas on demon time, bro.
We're in another. You go on to say some other things, but eventually you get to this part. After a while, Dad came storming out of the room, crying hysterically and cursing, saying to R. Kelly, you're sick. I can't rock with you. I can't help you. You need to get help. He yelled at Robert, who followed us into the elevator and was on his knees crying. Man, I'm sorry. I just love her.
Man, I'm sorry. I just love her. This what that nigga took. Bro, Hey man, like I said, some of y'all, y'all buy into this celebrity shit. So you never want to go against celebrities. These whole ass niggas be using these lame ass excuses. Hey man, y'all are tearing down our black celebrities. What about the black celebrities that tore down our people in the black community? How about that? When are we gonna start talking about the people in the black community that's getting demonized, fucked up, terrorized by these black celebrities? Right? Because it's a two-way street. It go both ways. It ain't just, one way where, the celebrities are always getting the raw deal. Nah, it goes two ways. It goes both ways. We're gonna talk about both ways, right? And so here's the thing. The problem is that people only talk about one way. And that's a real issue that is going on. That's a real issue, right? Yo, put that seatbelt on, man. All right. So that's a real issue, right? Think about what I just said. Think about what I just said to y'all. I want y'all to think about that. You got to be a diabolical person to sit up here and turn a blind eye and make excuses about this shit, bro. Where do y'all think it's going to end up? You can't even think about this. You can't even repent for this type of stuff. That's how bad these demons are. Like, you already locked up. You already locked up. But you can't even come out and repent and say, man, you know what, y'all? I was wrong, man. I apologize. You already got your sentence. But you gonna stand on the bullshit. Bro, that's the part I don't fuck with these niggas, man. And somebody say, hey, Ticket, why you cuss? Because you got to get on their level. You got to. You got to get on these Negroes' level. That shit's sad, man. I be seeing these old lame-ass people still taking up for this nigga, man. Black girl, 14, and niggas still out here capping. Where we at with it? Where we at with it? Right? And then you have a scumbag like this person right here. Absolute scum of the living earth. Well, that's what her parents find. Turn a blind eye. So who are we to judge if they didn't? Ma'am, you are sick, twisted, and disgusting, and I'm blocking your mofo ass. Get your ass the hell up out of my channel. What the hell is wrong with you? That shit go out the window. You talking about underage, ma'am. You are disgusted. You are sick, twisted, demented demon. And I'm sending your ass straight where you belong. You gonna sit right up here with a straight face and say, oh, we ain't her parents. That's the problem y'all got right now. I keep trying to tell y'all, you got these type of people that's running around here. That's the problem that you got right now. You can't correct. Let me tell y'all something, man. To raise me, it took neighbors. It took friends of my parents. Real talk. Because if I would go out the house and act up, man, they're going to tell my parents. They're going to correct me, then they're going to tell my parents. It literally took a community. But what happened was it became an error where that shit got cut out. And that's the problem. Because now, if you correct somebody else's kids, man, they ready to lock you up, do all this other shit. Look at this. You got another dude in here, free R.Kelly. These people are sick, man. These people, we live in a world where you have people who are disgusting. I'm talking about, bro, you have people that think like that, man. It is sad. I'm truly telling y'all this, bro. I'm truly telling y'all what's going on, man. And people want to know, hey, why you get so passionate about this? Because when you work around youth and when you work with youth and you understand how the youth mind works and how they can easily be manipulated, you always want to push on things, right? To make the worst decisions in life, right? I'm telling y'all this, right? I'm telling you what, so my whole point is by speaking out against this stuff, because a lot of people ain't gonna touch this stuff because they're part of it. You know what I'm saying? They want to be cool. They don't want nobody to think that they a snitch or whatever like that. Man, give a fuck you niggas. Period. Eat a ball frank. Straight like that. That's what I gotta say to you niggas. Cause y'all niggas is hoes. Like I said before, y'all niggas is selective and y'all hoes, man. And I can't respect you niggas. Period, bruh. Cause you got a 14-year-old black girl that's out here telling you that this man, you know what it on her, and that shit on tape. That shit on tape. And y'all still playing these dumbass games. Think about this. It's sad, man. This dude on your screen, he got a serious problem. He has a serious problem. I want y'all to really think, do you know what type of mindset you have to think that shit is okay? To where she said he went to the parents and told the parents, I love her. Are you serious? Are you serious? And we ain't got nobody to stand on business. That's why I'm trying to tell y'all. That's why these women can get beat on in public and men don't step to. Right? That's why these men can get mentally and emotionally harassed and humiliated by women, and women ain't gonna step to and stand on business. The same way y'all saw Erica Mena beat up the dude Safari on videotape. She ain't take no responsibility. Ain't no ladies come out and call her out for it. No, they just let her get away with it. Same thing with Shakara Richardson. Put her hands on the dude, kept pushing the dude, then lied on the dude. To the cops, trying to get him jammed up. Ain't no woman come out here. I didn't see a whole group of women come out here speaking on. But if the dude would have pushed her, all these women, there'd have been 100 videos on YouTube. It'd have been a whole movement. That's the shit I'm talking about, man. This all the way across the board, bro. That shit bothers me, man. Like, who has a mind to do that to the youth? And I'm telling y'all, that shit's so personal because when you work with youth, because I work with youth every day during the summer when we was doing basketball camps, and that made me appreciate but they always try to call me during the show, y'all. Y'all see this? They always be trying to call me during the show. Y'all know I'm live, and you still gonna call me. That's crazy work. And I put the phone on Do Not Disturb, and the call still come through. That's crazy. Y'all gotta tell me how to put the phone. Somebody gotta tell me how to put the phone on Do Not Disturb so it won't even allow calls. I don't know how to do that. Somebody gotta tell me how to do that. Somebody please tell me how to do that. Somebody gotta tell me how to do that, man. Y'all gotta tell me how to put it on Do Not Disturb so the calls won't come through. You know what I'm saying? Somebody in the comment section, y'all help me with that. We need that, right? But I'm just saying to y'all, man, it's a sad, day that we live in, bro. Very sad day that we live in, where, somebody said turn off the ringer. Turn it off. No, I didn't turn off the ringer. That's what it is. You know what? I think I gotta put that joint on the silent mode. I put it on Do Not Disturb, but I don't think I put the phone on the silent. That's what it is. Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try that. You know what I mean? Y'all said my pictures fluctuate. Hold on. How about now? We good now? Y'all know what it is. Nah, it ain't that. It's I had it hooked up in the system. It automatically went to Bluetooth mode when somebody called me. So yeah, man. Look, let me say something, man. I want to say this to y'all, man. I'm gonna let y'all go. I'm gonna say this, bro. Y'all see anybody out here supporting R. Kelly? Just walk the other way, man. It's just sad, bro. I'm telling you, man, bro. You had a 14-year-old girl come out and tell y'all that she admit. Do you know let me ask y'all a question. Do you know how humiliated it have to be to come out and admit you got that did to you at 14 years old on tape and admit that that's you? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And you people still here talking about free, okay? Bro, we live in a world where there is no compassion, bro. We live, bro. This shit is super demonic. Real talk, bro. It is super demonic, bro. Super demonic. That's crazy. Super demonic. That's the world we live in, man. You know, people gonna make all these excuses every day of the week. You know, and so y'all need to pay attention. All these people that's out here making these excuses for these predators and all this shit like this, man. Y'all, hey, listen, man. I remove myself from around those people, man, because I'm gonna tell y'all something, man. There ain't no excuse for that. You know what I mean? There ain't no excuse for that, man. That's savage mode, man. Like, you know, you ain't got no soul. You know, and I'm gonna say this. I told y'all I work with the youth every summer basketball camps. That's how I got to really enjoying helping the youth. You know what I mean? Basketball camps, helping the youth. And then it went from just doing the basketball camps to just talking to them about life, talking to them about how to control your anger. You understand what I'm saying? How to get along with people. Let me tell you something. Y'all know how many times I was working the basketball camps during the summer, and you know our camps used to have the boys and the girls at the camp, and the boys and the girls would be playing together in the camp. They wouldn't separate the girls from the boys. The girls would be playing with the boys in those groups, right? So I want y'all to think about this. The girls would be playing with the boys in those groups, right, y'all? And you know how many times when they was younger, and they're younger, so you know sometimes they don't understand. You dealing with them all the way from age 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, right? So, you know, you'll see dudes, the young boys, sometimes trying to fight the girls. And they think it's cool. I'm like, hey, hold on, bro. You can't do that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Y'all shouldn't be fighting nobody, period. But, yo, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And then you stop them and you put that in their mind. They're very impressionable at those younger ages, man. I'm telling you this, bro. And so it's important to put the correct things in their mind at these younger ages. Why? Because when they're young and you put a bad impression on them, that's going to be, bro, listen, them kids that's coming up 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, once they get those impressions, a lot of that's what they're going to end up being in their younger adult years. And that could make or break your life. What do you mean, take it? I mean, some people not going to be blessed enough to make all the mistakes. Think about the people that y'all grew up with that wasn't blessed enough to live through all their mistakes, right? So some people may have been able to make so many mistakes and still be alive and be like, dang, I don't know how the hell I'm still alive. All the stuff I was doing, right? But if you can turn back, you can help the young ones say, look, don't do this, because I'm telling you something, you might not be lucky. You know what I mean? Real talk. You do that. They don't want to do that. We live in an era, they don't want to do that. That shit's sad, bro. We live in an era, y'all. You can go on the internet, and these dudes coming in here, and they'll be in the chat room talking about beating up on chicks. Hey, man, I swear to God, man, if she stepped at me, I'm going to give it to her. That's what they say. And I'm sitting here like, bro, these niggas crazy, bro. These niggas have no self-control skills. They don't. You have any self-control, bro. You don't have any control over your emotions, right? I want you to think about that. When you ain't got no control over your emotions, and kids grow up like that. I'm telling y'all, I used to work with kids all the time, man. Bro, this shit was crazy, and I still do all the time. Work with the youth. I'll tell you something. Their emotions, bro, man, going on hot. You know what I'm saying? I mean, bro, they get mad, they start breathing hard, all this stuff, man. Bro, you see all this all the time, man. And like, it can go one way or another way, depending on who they're hanging around. If they hanging around street niggas and niggas that's out here, you know what I'm saying, doing dirt, bro, that shit gonna end up bad for them. I'm telling you this. if they're around some good cats who can, get in their head and say, hey man, hey bro, look, come on man, what you doing, dog? Then they got a shot. But it's all about what we doing, the effort. So when people say, hey, Ticket, why are you doing these videos? Because it's the effort that have to be, it's the voice, and my voice have to go to other adult voices to help talk to the youth. I'm telling y'all this. Y'all need to be talking to your kid, asking them what you got going on. What are you doing? Let me see your tablet. Let me see your notebook. Some of y'all don't even be checking y'all kids' notebooks and tablets. Y'all slacking on everything. You don't even know what they got going on, who they talking to. You so embroiled and focused in your life, you don't even know what your kids got going on. Then when something pop off, it's a whole surprise to you. When you miss all the signs was right there. You missed all of them. I'm telling y'all this, man. That shit is sad. R.Kelly should have been renownedly dismissed. With all of this, I don't give a damn how good your music is. Right? Because when you tap out of life, that shit don't mean nothing no more. When you hit that graveyard, don't mean nothing no more. I'm telling y'all this, bro. I don't see a lot of youth. I don't see them make the right decision and the wrong decision. Sometimes I wish I would have did something a little more to help them make a right decision. I really do. Just watching them grow up, man. I'm like, damn, man, I wish I would have did like this, bro. That's why I'm happy that my dad had a strong hand on me. Strong hand. You know? And I'm gonna tell you, that nigga was a real one. Cause when he felt like he was losing control, which he ain't never lost control, because he was a man, he always in control. But when he felt like he was gonna go left, that nigga said, nah, you going to military school, boy. I'm gonna send your ass way out there to military school. You gonna learn some discipline. Right? And that was a sacrifice they made so that I would learn. That shit taught me life lessons. I hated it, but it taught me life lessons. When you get older, you're like, damn, all that stuff I learned, man, that's crazy. And then you just pass that on. But when you get a lot of these ratchet ass people that's running around on social media that don't have no life lessons, don't have, you know what I'm saying, just a bunch of mush mouths running around here talking crazy, y'all already know what's going on. Like shit.
I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all click those links below. Subscribe to the podcast show. You can donate support to the channel, Cash App, PayPal, or buy that weight loss formula. All the links are below. Peace.